On to step 2.3. So we're using Solver here, so we can't use Excel online. In fact, we have to make sure that our version of it, as well as every other team members, is closed because we don't have Microsoft Excel 365, which allows co-editing, only the lab computers. We have to make sure that we're the only ones using Excel application. So onto the shortcuts, because we're using the application, we're going Alt Tab to go between Chrome and Excel. We're going to eventually save it, Control S, and close it, Control W. In fact, Control W is a universal thing. We're also going to use Control W to close this tab, our own one, before we launch the Excel application. And also Control Tab and Shift Control, or Control W to close it. Control Tab and Shift Control Tab to move between in tabs in Chrome. In fact, we're going to do that right now. Shift Control Tab to get back to this and Control W to close it. And let's go Shift Control Tab once more to get up to OneDrive. You have to click this. I'm sorry. Click the triple dot. Open and the app. Open Excel. And here we are. I'm going to go Alt Tab to get back to Chrome and Shift Control Tab back to get to our instructions. So we're going to be finding the optimal portfolio, and that means we're going to maximize the Sharpe ratio. Sharpe ratio is a balance between the expected return and the risk, and it's how much expected return is over. I'm going to go Alt Tab to get back here, over the risk-free rate. So we're going to be maximizing this Sharpe ratio number here. And to get Solver, it's Alt A, and we have it already, Y2. But if you don't have it, the way to get it is just escape once to get back to the ribbon menus, and F for File, T for Options, and then arrow down to the add-ins, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 4 tabs to get to the Go button beside Excel add-ins, enter. And I already have it, but if you didn't, you would arrow down to Solver and hit the space bar to turn it on or off, and keep it on, and then enter. So now to use Solver, Alt A, Y2. Now this is already set to the settings for the last one, but we're just going to which was high risk portfolio. Let's hit up arrow to get to the spreadsheet, and we're going to go on to the Sharpe ratio, D25. And then tab, max is actually correct. We're going to keep it max. Tab again. And now up arrow to get back to the spreadsheet, and we're going to set the D column. So shift from D16, shift all the way down to D21. All those percentages we're going to change. And then tab again, and then spacebar. We need to set the constraint to say the sum of all the optimal portfolios percentages, which is D22. That needs to be 1, not the last one, the high return one. So keep it selected, and then tab to add, and then down to change, enter, and then up arrow to get back to the spreadsheet, and we're going to go over to the optimal portfolio sum, D22, and which is 1, enter. And then we're going to keep the unconstrained variables non-negative. We cannot short in a portfolio, and then hit enter again for solve, and OK to keep it. And it looks like we are having a fairly low standard deviation. I mean, it's not as low as the lowest one. And we have a pretty good expected return. It's not as high as the highest one, but it's a good balance, the optimal portfolio. And now let's save our work, Control S, and then close our application, Control W, and Alt Tab to get back, or not application, our spreadsheet, and then Alt Tab to get back to our instructions, and we're done. Step 2.3.